What is going on, people? A Secret Santa grab bag gone wrong, reindeer's revenge, and aliens. What does all that have to do with anything? Well, if you couldn't tell by the title, I'm about to do another review. But beforehand, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see of this review, definitely hit that like button and hit that little bell button for any time that you want to know when I do upload a future review or a different kind of video. But besides the point, let me get into it. Like I said, I got another movie to review, and it was sent over to me by the people at RLJE Films. They've been sending me some really good stuff. If you didn't see my review for the movie Ride, which actually comes out the same date as this. These two movies come out December 4th. So this is this upcoming Tuesday. So you do have time to pre-order it and stuff like that. But anyway, this movie is All the Creatures Were Stirring. This movie was written and directed by David Ian McKendry and Rebekah McKendry. It stars, the top stars are Constance Jonathan Kite, Jocelin, Donahue, among many others. So when I saw the trailer for this and they asked me if I wanted to review it, I looked at it and I didn't know what I was getting into. I did not realize that it was a anthology. I guess I worded that wrong. It's not what I was getting into, but I thought it was just one straight movie, but this actually happens to be an anthology, and to tell you the truth, I am a big fan of them. With this, when I review anthologies, the one thing is, certain ones, I guess it's just me, I'm sure it's everybody, that they will like certain ones more than others, and with this, some of them hit with me definitely more than others. Not saying any of them were bad, it's just certain ones I liked a little bit more. Again, when I do anthology reviews, I don't say much about each one because, again, each one's about 5 to 7 minutes long, so if I say too much, I'll give it away. I'll just give you a little brief synopsis of each one. There are, now let me think, I think there's 5 of them, and then like an ongoing story throughout. When it first started, I didn't know what was going on because, like I said, I saw the trailers and it didn't really show that much. But it pretty much is a couple, I guess you would want to call it, or people going on a first date. They end up going into this theater, I guess you want to call it, dramatic arts theater, where they go in and these people start acting the stories, I guess you want to call it, but then it actually turns into the story. You have to watch it to understand. But anyway, the first one I think I liked the most. It was a Secret Santa game, or Secret Santa grab bag, whatever you want to call it, gone wrong. I don't want to go much more into it, but let's just say some of the gifts might not have been what other people were expecting. So that one I think I liked the most. The next one was a wrong time or wrong place at the wrong time kind of deal, where this guy ends up trying to get all these gifts for his family. He ends up locking his keys in his car, and he ends up running into these 2 girls, which I guess they have a secret. I'll leave it at that. The next one, or is it the next? The next one would be, I don't even know what it's called. Each one has its own like Christmas name to it. But in my head, this one I guess I call like Rudolph's Revenge or something like that. It's pretty much a guy ends up hitting a deer and kills it, and I guess its mate, I don't know if it's a reindeer, I don't know if it's a regular deer, but pretty much it gets his revenge on this guy. So that one was pretty fun. That was like, the comic relief one, I guess, out of all of them. You get one where it's a Christmas Carol type one, where a guy is pretty much, not in the Christmas spirit whatsoever, and he gets visited by 3 ghosts and stuff like that. But it's not as, childish and kiddish as, the Christmas Carol and stuff. I mean, certain parts in the Christmas Carol were scary, but this one is more like adult oriented, and the things that happen to this guy are a little bit more not out there, but more vicious, I guess you want to call it, than the Christmas Carol itself. And then the last one, which kind of threw me off guard, a little bit of a different tale, I guess you want to call it. Stars aliens or has something to do with like alien-like creatures and learning about Christmas. That one threw me off a little bit. Not saying it was bad, but again, certain ones I felt with that definitely not what I was looking for. But there were certain shorts that I liked a little bit more, or I kind of falls in my wheelhouse, I guess you want to call it. So that one was a little different, but not saying it was bad at all. And then, of course, like I said, throughout the movie, the outside story, I guess you want to call it, besides the shorts, the main storyline kind of grows and grows from there. So that was pretty interesting how they wrapped it around. And when I was watching the commentary and stuff, they explained a little bit more, so that was pretty cool. I have to actually go and check out some of the movies they were talking about that they kind of played or gave homage to. So this one, I'd say definitely go ahead, add it to your Christmas or your horror Christmas movies, one of those where you could just plug it in and watch it every Christmas, I guess you want to call it. Again, I'm a big fan of the anthology movies. Again, like I said, nothing against certain ones, but it just, I like certain stories a little bit more. In any anthology, there's certain ones I guess go with a little bit more is the best way I can explain it, or it fits my style of movie a little bit more. That's the better way of saying it. So definitely go ahead, check out all the creatures we're stirring. Again, I'll leave the link to, in all my reviews, I'll leave the link to the trailer for the movie. I'll leave the link to where you can purchase it, either through RLJE Films, and I'm sure it's on Amazon, so I'll leave the link to that. Definitely, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed this review, and definitely hit that bell button again for when I do upload every, I'll do a review or I'll do an update or whatever it is. Hit that bell button so you do know when I do upload my videos. So, again, All the Creatures We're Stirring is another movie to add to your collection, add to your Christmas watch list, I guess you want to call it. So check it out, and until next time, I'll see you guys.